Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Here we are back again, and I just noticed that I've got a pigman over here, which I just want to smack up. Smack up, pigman. Okay, so today we are going to experiment with the ender tanks. I've been waiting for this, kind of. Wait. Die, whoever you are. Bouncing around up there. Yeah, I've been testing out my structure for creating the ender tanks, and it seems to be working fairly smoothly. So long as I don't mess around too much. I've got machine frames, resident machine frame, there we go. So I've made all the component parts that I think I'm going to need. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to need of everything, but we do have a lot of stuff here. Using a resident machine frame for every single recipe near enough makes it a pretty expensive tank, so I'm hoping that it's going to be absolutely awesome. The first thing that I want to do is change this structure up. It's currently got barrels, now, or drums should I say. Drums hold 256,000 buckets each, so that's a lot there, and as far as I'm aware, the ender tanks hold like a few hundred buckets per section. So I want to try and see if it's better off using loads of drums or ender tank. I think an ender tank would look cooler anyway down here, rather than all these barrels, but I've got to get these barrels out of it as well. So I can pick all these barrels up, pick all this mess up, and start figuring out where things are going to go under here. Mob farm mob essence is very, very useful, of course. There's numerous things that I can use it on, not just spawning mobs, but also generating enchantments and auto-enchanting things, and also making enchanted books so that I can have a pick of enchantments and stuff, and using the mob essence as an experience system is something that I want to do over here with the mob farm, because I'm getting a lot of mob essence already, so I may as well turn that into goodies. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is we're going to need to put a big tank around here and then have some automation from Mine Factory Reloaded using the mob essence at a later date. I need power going to it, so this is pretty abundant here. I think I'll still use a Tesseract to beam power straight to it, because that'll travel faster than this leadstone fluid duct. The leadstone fluid duct from that reactor is only really meant to be powering a couple of things, so it doesn't do a lot. It comes around and it powers these things up here, and it also powers this over here. And it's coping okay with that, so I don't want to mess with that too much. So I think I'll use a Tesseract from the main power grid to make this work better. This has currently got a decent amount of yellorium in it, so it's still okay. It might be what we need to boot the thing up. But what I know about these ender tanks is I've got to place every single piece of this in the structure. And it's got to be a minimum of 3 by 3 by 3. Yeah, here we go. Tank can be 3 by 3 by 3 up to 8 by 8 by 10 in size. But it's got to be a cuboid. That's the only difference. It does store 128 buckets per interior block, which, yeah, a drum will store double that. But this may have some other properties for transferring faster. I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to be faster than a transfer node. I don't know if it's actually worth doing, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's part of the pack and something to do. So, I'm not sure how many blocks I'm going to need, but I think I shall build it in this kind of space here, because I need to send fluid up there, and I need to receive fluid here. So, where I also need to send fluid out there. Okay, so let's see about... Let's put the blocks on like this. So the minimum structure would be a 3 by 3 like that, but that wouldn't hold anywhere near enough. So long as it's cuboid, I should be okay with the size of it, and I don't want to go overboard too much. So let's just try and make it so it's kind of like this. That way I've got this touching it, and I've got this side touching it, yeah. And I'm going to run out of blocks very fast, it seems, so I may as well make some more of these. How about that for sort of size? I may as well make it a little bit bigger. That does mean I'm going to have to make a load more of these blocks, though, doesn't it? Oh, dang. And you can only wrench these off. You can't break them, otherwise they fall apart. Okay, so that's a fairly big tank, fairly big structure. Not quite the full size of the mob farm, but that's okay. That gives me this side to do some fancy bits and pieces with it. Let's put some lighting up, because you guys won't be able to see what I'm doing over here, will you? Let's put some light sources around here. There we go, make it a bit brighter over this side. So I'm already down to just 8 tanks pieces left. That's not so good, is it? So the overall tank size, it's already showing the overall tank size in a slight grid you can show. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I want to do it there and there. And I want to do it over here, here, there. And another one there and there. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot more for the floor of it. Roughly how many? 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so about 24 more. Okay, well, we can quickly do that. I think they come in 8, so we'll do 3 batches of that. I've already got this set up for machine frames because I was just filling this in earlier. So I'm going to make another 3 of those. It's going to take a little while, so I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, let's see if we've got enough. I think I might just have made enough. If my maths was right. Yeah, looks like it should be. Good, good. So, it takes a few minutes to craft those. I'm thinking about ways of keeping them stocked up, those frames. I don't really need the frames stocked up. I mean, that's not bad, is it? That's pretty quick, really. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so what are we going to put where? Okay, so we need a valve. We need a valve for incoming. So let's put the valve there for incoming, and we'll attach that to that. Doesn't want to attach. Okay, do I have to... Oh, maybe because it's not a multi-block structure yet. Last reason for not being able to assemble, must have one controller in the structure. Yeah, okay, okay. And we want to put an output on there. We can actually put these outputs anywhere on the structure as far as I know, but I'm going to put them down a little bit further just so we got that going there. So that'll be the output to the machines over here. That's good. I'm going to have an output here as well, going to that one. So I'll put that on there. And I also want another output for the machines that I'm going to put in this section. So I'll put an output there as well while I'm at it. That's probably enough. That's quite a few of them. Anyway, that's quite a few. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and then we're going to have energy coming in. I think I'll put the energy coming in on this side, because then on this side I could potentially change it to power these at a later date and take the power off that and cut it all out. So I'll put a power in there. Yeah, energy input, good, good. And then we need a controller. Do I put a controller at the front or at the back? Put a controller this side where I can see it. Actually, I think I'm going to put another couple of tank valves on this side, because I would like to be able to attach things to either side. So I'm going to put a controller around here, because this is kind of the end of the chunk. So let's put a controller just there. There we go. So I can't do anything with the controller just yet, but at least we got it. And then fill the rest in with glass. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Thank you. And I don't think this will be as valuable as having all those drums from extra utilities. But it's going to look cool. And that's a good thing as well. Making something that looks cool is a good thing as well. So 2 more. Oh my days, look at that. Perfectly fitting. The controllers cannot be used for the tank sides, only the frame. What? Controllers cannot be in the tank sides, only the frame. Okay. So I've got to pop this in the tank side then. Let's pop it here. See if that'll work. Yes, there we go. Awesome. A little multi-block structure there. Nice, very nice. Indeed, very nice. Okay, so what have we got here then? An ender tank that can store 800 and... No, 8,000. Well, this was storing quite a lot already. But there you go. That's storing quite a bit. Now that's connected. That's good as well. So that should start receiving... Once it's receiving power, it can actually receive things as well. So let's set the Tesseract up on the side here. We'll just set it straight to that. And it's mob farming. Yeah, we're receiving power. Send and receive fluid. We want to receive energy. Oh, it's sending and receiving fluid, so that means it's not going to be doing what I need it to be. Oh no, it's got power. It has got some power there. I gave it a bit of power for a few seconds when I changed this to power. Okay, energy, sending energy, receiving energy. There we go. So now it's receiving energy. Yes, it is. That's good. Okay, so it's receiving energy and it's getting some mob essence from the pipes over here. I can access it from anywhere. Ascends. There we go, yeah. Okay. So, inputs and outputs then. So now we've got a thing that's filling up. Let's see if we can input drums of this to it. Let's go like that. Will you empty out? Looks like it's emptying out. That's good. Yeah. Slowly but surely. It's using energy to empty it out as well. But it is emptying out as a fair rate. Well, that's good. So it's going to empty out into there. That's cool. I don't know why this great big GUI. I wonder if that fills up as we progress. And I wonder what this is. Maybe that's for a battery charger. Yeah. It is part of thermal expansion, in a way. So it's got all that going for it. Yeah, but that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. And I just keep filling it with mob essence here. Let's put another tank on here. And we'll have another fluid duct on the back there. I wonder if it'll fill up faster if I put all of the tanks on. Wait, let's do this there and there. And let's put those on like that so it can fill up faster maybe. Do the same on the other side. And get a few more here. And here and here. And do the same again. There, and there. And I want to be able to put that on that way round. So it fills up there. I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm also going to need to do the same there once I've finished using it all. Yeah, let's see how fast that's filling up now. Yeah, a couple of thousand mega buckets or, yeah, millibuckets per action, per tick. It's not too bad. It'll slowly but surely empty all these out. So while it's emptying all these out into the tank to store it all in there, looking cool... we need to make the other items that I want to use. There's a few Mine Factory Reloaded items that I want to be using down there to use the mob essence. And also, it needs to be there constantly running as well. Right, let's get rid of that now. We're done. That's good. I'll put those two things away because we won't need those. May need those again. So, Mine Factory Reloaded. Let's have a look. Mine Factory Reloaded. The... two things that I remember that's any good were the Auto-Enchanter and also the Auto-Anvil. So, Auto-Enchanter. There we go. What are we going to need for an Auto-Enchanter? Nothing too drastic. Good, good. Let's see if we can make an Auto-Enchanter. I also want to do things for the sludge boilers as well, by the way, because the tree farms are currently holding loads and loads of sludge. So I'm thinking about doing something for those. But I don't know if I really want a full tank there. Because the tanks are pretty expensive for what it does. Okay, so where were we? Auto Disenchanter. That's another good one to have. And I need some more plastic. So we got any more plastic? Yes, we do. Let's make all that up into plastic bar things. Quickly. There we go. And that should give us what we need for the other two things as well. Auto Disenchanter. Yep. I needed one of those. I'm going to make a couple of these because we always running out of those. There's always something on the go there. There we go. We'll have one of those. Thank you. And the Auto-Enchanter. I should be able to find it. Slaughterhouse. I got it a minute ago, didn't I? Weather collector, Brock Blaker, item collector. Okay. Let's just do it this way. Enchant. There we go. So we got an auto-enchanter and auto-disenchanter. Let's do the auto-enchanter, which requires a machine frame. Let's just make a machine frame the old-fashioned way. There we go. So I've got an auto-enchanter and auto-disenchanter. I also want an anvil, I think. I want to get everything set up so that everything's available to me. So we'll need another one of those. Okay. And we're going to need 2 anvils. Okay. Easy enough. And another iron gear. Okay, so I need to order another iron gear. Let's get that ordered quickly. Let's order 10 of them because we may need them. Get that started. Anvil. Yeah, there we go. So, these things here, these little bits and pieces are very, very useful just to have around. Just to have around the place. Just so that I can be constantly doing certain things when I need to. The auto-enchanter in particular, just throw a load of books in there and I can automate that and get loads of books. I can disenchant the things that I don't want as well. And like magical items that I may get filtered through from the mobs, I could potentially disenchant them and take something from that. Make use of the components and bits and pieces like that. Come on, iron gear. Are you just waiting for the iron to melt? Ah, I just saw it. I just saw it. There it was. The first iron gear was ready. There we go. So we got that. Now, I think I want another liquid duct or a liquid node. Yeah, I've got another liquid node. That's good. Just so that I've got all of these bits together. And I think I'm going to need power as well, actually, don't I? I need power as well. Let's have a look at energy. Energy. I'll take those redstone energy cells and craft up another 30. Just to be doing in the background while we're busy. Okay. Lots of running around. This is filling up modestly fast. It looks like it's going to hold a lot of stuff. If it can empty all of these barrels out, if it can empty all of the barrels that I've got so far into it, and then sit for a little while, quite happily, then I'll be pleased. I'll be pleased with that. Okay, so we've got an output here. Let's set up the auto-enchanter. I don't really want to set them up permanently. I'd just like to experiment with things first. But let's set that up there. The tank's permanent. At least thought about where that permanent structure was going to go. And I like to have the ideas that I've got lots of things going on, but you can see different things. So I can see the big reactor and I can see that, and I'm wandering between the two places, and it looks awesome. Okay, so auto-enchanter. Let's see. It's going to need power, and it's going to need essence. And then it's going to be able to pump in items of choice. So I've got an applied energetic system here. I don't think I've got any channels left on it, though. I do have this little nub here ready to switch out. It's currently on the mob farm channel there, which I can swap back over to there and connect this channel up to here. But for now, let's just see if we can get these things working. So I'm going to supply power and essence to each of them. So we'll go power. We can have the power coming up here like this and across the top, and then we can come down into it here. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, and I can get the other things on there as well. Auto disenchanter. Let's put that on the top there. Let's have a look, see what that does. So I can disenchant stuff and put it onto books, I believe. Yeah, we've got power already. We don't actually need any essence. Okay, that's fine. That's good. And the auto anvil, let's put the auto anvil on here so I can see all three of them together. That also needs essence. So we only need to supply essence to those two. So we can bring this across like this and just bring it down to those two like that. That'll save a bit of time. There we go. So now this is filling up with essence, yeah, and this is filled up with essence, good. It only takes like 4 buckets each, so that's not too bad. But having it so it's quickly extracted and put in here is a good thing. And I should still be able to get underneath it. Yes, I can. Good, good. Okay, so Auto-Enchanter, Disenchanter, and the Auto-Anvil I pretty much need a book supply for. And I can do that. I need to set up my sugarcane farm a little bit better. So I'm getting automatic sugarcane coming in for many reasons. I need the sugarcane farm from hell, really. And I don't have any sugarcane in there at the minute, because it's all going into my Thorncraft at the minute. But books, we've got some enchanted books there, which I recently got from those little treasure things that you get from mob drops. Let's see if I can find one in here. Treasure, yeah, there we go. These uncommon treasures and common treasures sometimes throw out books. Ping, 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 ping. And yeah, all the other junk as well that you get. All good stuff, don't get me wrong. Lots of gold coins and things, potions and things like that. But also, you get a few enchanted books. And I'd like to see how to do this. Let's see if I've got any blank books as well. No, it doesn't look like it. Do I have paper? I've got 3 paper. That's a good start, at least. And I got the ability to craft more, but I need sugarcane. Sugarcane farm's going to be a really big deal, I think. I think I'm going to need to make a really big deal out of a sugarcane farm, because I've got all the leather I need to make books, but it's just the paper. And also the sugarcane's the only thing I've found that got air in it that I can mass produce for the Thorncraft section over here. And this is obviously going to be doing this quite a lot, because I'm going to need this Essentia. It can't fit anymore in the system. Awesome. Awesome job. Does that mean it's burnt all the sugarcane? Yeah, it has. Let me turn that one off for now. And I'll save my sugarcane for books for a little while, as it's already filled up properly. Let's have a look. Oh, look, there's the first 2 drums down, and the other 2 neatly emptying as well. It's filling up fairly quickly, isn't it? It's doing fairly quickly, yeah. And it looks a lot better than having a load of barrels just sitting up there, drawing out into the system. Looks more fun, looks more like the big reactors, which is good. I like that it's got a big reactor feel to it. Similar multi-block structures. I like the tanks. Okay, so disenchant. Let's have a look. Well, we got damage 1, efficiency 1. Damage 1, where's this come from? Does it go there? And I'll put a book in there. And it gives me the enchantment. It's doing the work. Is it doing the work? It's doing the work. Let's see what it's going to do. I've never used one of these disenchanters before. I've used the enchanters and the anvils before, but I haven't used the disenchanters before. So I want to see exactly how it works. And I'm expecting it to disenchant onto the book. But it may just disenchant and make this into a book. 2 books. It split them. I see. So I put another book in and it split them. Oh, that's cool. So I've got efficiency 1 and damage 1 on there. That's very cool. Okay. There's more damage efficiency ones. There's quite a few of them, look. That seems to be what I've been picking up from those, like the little reward bags. It needs a second book. It needs a book to be able to disenchant it. Okay. Okay. Can I put these together? So let's take like a damage 1, efficiency 1, and a damage 1, efficiency 1, and it'll make a damage 2, efficiency 2. That should do it. Yeah, that's cool. I should be able to get some mob drops as well. Instead of sending everything into these, like this, all the enchanted everything. Yeah, like enchanted chain leggings and iron helmets. I could be taking the enchantments off. I could. I don't know if I want to, though, to be honest. But I wanna at least get what I can out of everything and show you guys what you can do if you're interested. Chest. Nope. We've got any boots? Nope. We got anything enchanted like at all in there? Have I trashed everything so far? Keep the system down. My AE system did fill up the other day, so I'm not surprised. Okay, well, there's another thing that we can do then. There's the satchels. These satchels can be enchanted to give them more holding space. So let's see if we can auto-enchant that. We've got this auto-enchanter there, yeah. And we've got this has doubled that up. That's cool. Alright, so let's do that again in this one. So I can end up with a damage 3, hopefully, and see what that does. Okay, the satchel. Let me just show you what's in the satchel. The satchel has like 1 row of extra storage, which is cool. Easily enough to make for thermal expansion. And it was in the book as one of the storage methods. Oh, claiming wood. Okay. Yeah, it was in here as this, and I got a spare one. So that's why I've got 2 in the AE system. Simple enough process to make it. But one of the cool things about it is you can enchant it. So let's see if we can enchant it at 30 levels. Yeah, it's going to enchant at 30 levels. Takes a little while to do the work, of course. Uses essence instead of my experience in order to auto-enchant things. It's pretty good if we've got a supply of books, because I can auto-enchant books. I can combine the books and do all sorts of things and disenchant the stuff I don't want. So now I've got damage 2 and efficiency 2. Let's split that together, or put them together to make a damage 3. Yes, that's cool. Yeah. I'm sure damage can go onto something. Can damage go onto wands? Does anyone know if damage can go onto wands? Because then I could make myself a really cool lightning wand or something and put it on. I'm pretty sure it won't go on Tinker's. It's not going to go on Tinker's tools, so my primary weapon's not going to work. But I might put it on something else in the future, just to see. Have we done yet? It's about halfway through. Okay, well, you get the idea of what I'm doing over here. I'm not sure exactly what I want to automate forever and ever with these, but I know I want them available so that I can do things when I want them. The main thing is to have all of this set up so that it's got all the mob essence in it. It's nearly filled up from these as well. That was final drum being emptied there. And it doesn't look like it's filling up that much space, does it? It looks like it's got a ton of room left. Really has. It's got a lot of room left. So it looks better than having the drums, and it holds more than the drums that I had already selected. So I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with that for today's episode. Thank you very, very much for watching. Yeah, this is done now. At damage 3. Yeah, cool. And auto-enchant's nearly done. I just want to see what we get on this. So thank you very much for watching another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Today dealing with the special tank for the essence, but anything can go in it. So I don't know if I'll use blood in it. It's a potential to try and use blood in it. And also using the sludge from animal farms and sewage. There's a sewer sludge thing as well. Sludge boilers and things like that can come into it later, and that gives us a lot of free bits and pieces at a future date. Holding 4, awesome. So now we've just enchanted it and gave it 4 extra levels of holding. So it's quite a large inventory space for tools and things. Pretty epic. I'm very pleased with that, at least. Thank you for watching another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. I'll see you later for some more. Goodbye.